and restream. I wanted to be on both, so I can do all the other channels, YouTube and all that other stuff at the same time. So we're still on Twitch, but now that I can do it with all the channels, this works. All right, so we got that fixed. And I got to tell you guys, I'm using a new browser called Opera W. Let me close that. We don't need that now. It's called Opera GX. OPERA-GX. And honestly, if you've never used it, you should. Let me open up the restream. I wonder why nobody was talking. I was like, man, usually I get people that's, that show up, and I'm like, nobody's here. Alright, there you go. You got a full window here. If we can buy sighted that's watching, you can tell me which one you like better. I can do that one, or I can do that one. There's two different ones. Or I can, put you outside, but who wants to sit outside of an airplane, right? So we'll go back right there. I think it's, do that one there. So the chat is enabled. If you guys want to chat, you're welcome to. We got that situated. It's been situated, y'all. Alright, let's see here. I didn't even test to see if you guys can even hear. Because I checked. Let me see something. I'll go on Chrome for this real quick. Oh, come on. Here we go. There we go. But are you hearing the airplane? No, you're not. Okay.
Not checked.
There we go.
Volumes, mute mix slash O checkbox not checked. Properties for volumes. Sources window list visibility check block checkbox not check locks the visibility check block checkbox not check locks the visibility block check show check visibility checkbox check control visibility MS block check sources window visibility check check block check locks the visibility check block check on red locks the visibility show check checkbox check control visibility MS block check sources window visibility check check control check locks the visibility check block check on red locks the visibility show check control visibility red block check sources window visibility check control visibility Ops Studio 28.1 Lockheed Martin registered 3R3D reg. Lockheed Martin.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. That was a little bit,
visibility, block check, block volume properties for mute mix slash O checkbox not checked. Volume, mute desktop audio checkbox not checked. Volume, properties, fade to black left pair, fade left pair, fade to black left pair, fade left pair, cut button, slider 0, button, transition button, controls window, exit button, settings button, studio mode checkbox checked, configure virtual, start recording checkbox not, stop streaming check, scene duration spin button, transition combo, audio mixer, sources window list, YouTube nuts, scenes window list, main window for sin.
I wish it would let me hear,
Introduction. Main window.
but it doesn't. It only lets you guys hear that. I had it set before, now I don't know why it's not.
Sources window. List. Lock checkbox not checked. Scenes window. Sources window. Audio mixer window. Grouping. Op 64 window. Advanced audio properties. Alt plus A.
Let me go here for a minute.
Op Studio 28.1.2 left parent. 64-biz Windows right parent. Close button enter. Grouping. Percent checkbox not checked. Volume for media source spin button 0.0. Mono down mix for balance for media source select sync offset for media source spin audio monitoring for media source combo box monitor and output down. Monitor only left parent. Mute output right parent.
So that monitors.
Monitor and output. Track 1 checkbox checked. Track 2. Track 3. Track 4 checkbox checked.
I wish I knew what them tracks was.
Track 3 checkbox checked. Track 2 checkbox checked. Top track 2. Bottom track 2. Track 1 checkbox checked. Track 2 checked. Track 3. Track 4. Track 5 checkbox checked. Track 6 checkbox checked. Mix/O. Active. Volume for mix/O spin button 0.0. Mono down mix for mix/O checkbox L. Balance for mix/O slider 50 R. Sync offset for mix/O spin button audio monitoring for mix/O combo box monitor off down. U. A. Monitoring. 4. Mix/O. M. I. C. Slash A. U. X.
Oh, it's okay. That's for the mic.
Track 5 checkbox checked. Track. Mono down mix for mix/O checkbox not checked. Volume for mix. Track 6
Tyler
checkbox checked.
Chambliss. I've been messing with the 737 in MSLS today.
Mix/O combo box monitor. Track 1 checkbox, track 2 checkbox, track 4 check, track 5 checkbox, track 6 check. Volume for desktop. Mono down mix. Balance for desktop. Sync offset for audio monitoring for desktop. Track 1 checkbox checked. Track
Yeah,
2
it's
checked,
not.
track 3
It's
checkbox checked.
it's not
Track 4
bad.
checkbox checked. Track 5 checked. Track 6. Active sources only checkbox checked. Close button enter. Op Studio 28.1.2 left parent. 64-biz Windows right parent. Dash profile colon. Untitled dash scenes colon. Simulation window with.
I'm gonna put 2020 on my other computer, just not this one. But yeah.
Op 64. Lockheed
All
Martin
right, let's
registered.
go back to the window here.
Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered.
All right, there we go. And we have got
Descent colon 833/0 colon 1 colon 42 colon 10.
about an hour and 42 minutes until descent. And we'll be landing at George Bush Intercontinental. Yeah, like I say, 2020 is good with sound. I mean, as far as scenery goes, I can make if I wanted to. Granted, if I wanted to, and I wanted to spend the money to do it, I can make the scenery look
Tyler Chambliss.
just as good as 2020.
My first flight was going okay until FSFO decided to start dumping flaps YAAI too early because I put out flaps 1. Ended up causing me to stall, so I just closed the sim.
Well, 2020 won't control your flaps unless you got AI set to do it. Unless the only other way is first officer would have done it, but that would have been on landing while you're doing your descent. So if the flaps came out while at cruise altitude, then you've got AI doing it, doing your flight partially, because you can set it to do a complete AI, or you can adjust it for landing, takeoff, stuff like that. So the only other thing that is frustrating about 2020 is the stability. It's not 100%, that's for sure. It don't happen all the time, but sometimes you'll do a flight and you'll lose it. The whole thing would just close, and that's a problem with more than just me. And of course, the other problem with 2020 right now, until they fix it, is you get this disconnect message, and then it'll reconnect, then it'll disconnect, then it'll reconnect. So there's a couple little things that they need to work on, but as far as PMVG, they did a good job with it. It sounds good, it looks good, flies good. So all that stuff, yeah, for sure, it's not bad at all. And honestly, if somebody is new, I would tell them to go to 2020 if money is going to be a condition for them, because you pay for 2020 and everyth's there. Your weather's already there. You don't got to worry. I mean, yeah, you can get add-ons for 2020, but it's ready to go out of the box.
Tyler Chambliss.
All them other planes you're flying with
FS
AI.
First officer.
So,
and yes, I was a few waypoints from my approach fix, nowhere near ready for approach speeds and flaps yet. I hadn't even captured LOC and glide yet.
Yeah, your flap shouldn't have been moving at all. First officer wouldn't have done that either. So again, there's just some little things about 2020 that make it, to me, when it comes to me doing a flight online, stability is something that's got to be 99%. And so VATSIM, I'll definitely won't fly on VATSIM with 2020. I will fly on 2020, but not when it comes to my big flights. So, it's just not ready for that yet. Honestly, PMDG is what really made it good for us. Along with the accessibility that 2020 does have. If it wasn't for the PMDG being introduced to 2020, what are you going to fly? There's nothing on there that that we can fly where we're flying it, not AI. And so, I would use AI when I was doing Aviatype, and it was good, but then after a little while it got boring because you're not doing anything. All you're doing is setting up the flight, and as soon as you activate AI, it's starting your plane, taking off. It's doing everything for you. So, for someone new, I think it'd be good. Like I said, if money would be a problem or they couldn't afford to buy, all the simming stuff, I'd say 2020, 100%.
Nick Cantos. Hi. What system are you using?
As in, you mean my computer or what?
Nick Cantos. Your flying systems.
My flying systems. I'm using P3D, if that's what you're referring to. Flying on P3D or with P3D. And we're currently flying in the PMDG 737 739 ER. My bad.
Lockheed Martin registered R3D registered P5.
There's two different views I can give you guys there that are sighted. I can give you this one, and I can give you that one. I think this is the one that shows you the controls and stuff, I think.
Tyler Chambliss. Yeah, MSFS is so close but so far off the mark. I think we could fly the PMDG on VATSIM if they fix the bugs in First Officer and of course the stability issues.
Yeah, me personally, I wouldn't chance it. I tried it once, and there were just, like I said,
Nick
that
Cantos.
stability was a problem.
I'm just glad the...
You're just glad what, Nick? That's all I caught. Was it said I'm just glad the... But I'm happy with, I'm okay with P3D. I mean, yeah, 2020 does sound good. It's got good sounds. But if I install my payware
KGCN 300 2050
sound pack,
14G22 KT 10
it'll sound close enough for me to where I'm okay with it.
P166T0100.
Granted, 2020, their sounds, they're different the way that they run their sounds, but anybody that knows sounds knows as much as I do. If you make a good enough sound pack, you can make it sound just as good. But I'll still fly on 2020.
Nick Cantos. I'm just glad the stream isn't buffering. Sorry. My phone was not working right.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, no, it's not going to now. And a lot of that buffering came from, we had some bugs with TFM.
KFLG 300
And then
2022
there's other things that was
2014G.
in the mix of that as well. But once I fly on 2020 again, it'll be on my other computer. And if there's buffering again from that other computer, then it's coming from another condition. That'll be for sure, because the other computer's 32 gigabytes. It's got a terabyte hard drive. The video card, I forget the name of it, but it's a dual video card. Which it's 110% prepared for. That thing could run 2020 and P3D at once if I wanted it to. But obviously I won't do that, obviously, but at least I can do my flights on here and everything be stable the way that I'm used to. Let's take a look and see how far we got.
756/0:1:32:50.
An hour and 32 minutes until descent.
Minus 67 degrees. Wind colon 250 at 45 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Winds 250, 40 knots.
Wind colon 250 at 45 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
45 knots, my bad. But I was streaming earlier and I was trying to figure out, man, why am I not showing up on YouTube? I had forgot that I had it set on Twitch and it was going to only on Twitch, and I'm like, no, I want it to go to Twitch, but I want it to go to all my other platforms. So now we're streaming out to 5 other areas. It's on Twitch, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. There are 2 channels that is streaming to on YouTube right now.
Tyler Chambliss. I'm also not a fan of FSFO programming the CDU for you and forcing you to let it do it.
That's optional, Tyler. You don't gotta let it. You don't gotta let it program the system for you. You can do it yourself. That's optional in the config file. You can turn that on or turn it off. I mean, you can even, which granted we don't have access to
Nick Cantos.
one of the panels that we would
It's
need.
too bad
But
I missed the ATC. That's one of the real fun parts of a flight.
you can even set it to where it's half and half. You do half of the stuff and your co-pilot does the other half. But one of the settings that you would need to do is not accessible, so you can't set it to the half and half. But you can turn it off and you can do every bit of it.
Tyler Chambliss. Yet it's faster, but especially if we end up getting access to an Airbus, we'd be missing out on the experience. And when you do that, you can't align the IRS.
Well, it doesn't matter anyways, Tyler. It'd be a completely different system. It wouldn't even be the same. So that'd be flying the Airbus is going to be totally different from flying in the 737. The Airbus does a lot of stuff for you as it is. Once you put in your flight info, that thing will do 80% of the stuff that needs to be done. But there's talk that Aerosoft might be coming available for us at some point as well. So some of the Aerosoft planes so that'd be interesting to see.
Nick Cantos. Do you plan on getting passenger add-ons like Declan has?
Which ones, Nick? Which add-ons are you referring to? The one I don't use because I only used it for reposition, that was GSX. There is another add-on that I am going to be using now that I've seen that it's still you can still use it, and that is the I'm trying to look what the name of it was. Let me look here real quick.
Op Studio 28.1.2 left parent 64 folder view list. Visual Studio, Real Weather, Flight Simulator, Active Sky, Restream, Recycle, NVD, Op Studio, C Cleaner, Flight, MSFS, Aerosoft, FS Air, Navigraph, Starcop, Sound Deliver, Cisco Web, Update Night, Logitech, TFN, VPipe, Gold, FS Leap, JAWS Web, Turtle, FS, Person 1, Twitch Chat, Describe, Google, Pivot Email, Index, RS Game, Aware Production 30s, Disco, Sim,
Let me find it.
RPD, Opera GX, FS Team Viewer 59, FS Airlines homepage. Team Viewer, FSDT, TFM Public, Zoom 60, Team Talk 5. Mixed, Sim Toolkit, PAC, Sim Market, FS Track, Prepar 3, X50, FSDT, Discord 40.
He has a thing where you can board passengers and have the full flight experience with the crew and stuff.
My recordings dash shortcut, TFM with airports.x dash shortcut 4006, provide of game client, process lasso 4206, PMDG ops center 4306, RCV4.x, flight simulator for software.
Let me think what he's using.
Twitch chat page 30, describe movies 30, join FS 30, Google Chrome 30, Pivot email, Index 20, RS Games Cloud. Update Logitech, Microsoft, TFM, VPilot, Gold Wave, FS Reader 3, JAWS 20, Turtle Beach 20, FS Tramp.
Let me find this, hold on. Let me find what
Tyler Chambliss,
Navigraph, Starcop,
PACX.
Cisco Webex meeting. Self-loading card.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to be using. I forgot. I was going to test it today.
Cisco self-loading cargo 1 of 60.
Because I was under the assumption that you had to update and you couldn't use the older version, but you can, and that's the self-loading cargo. I'm going to use that, I think, for now. Mess around with that a little bit. That does simulate boarding. I don't think PAX does the
Tyler Chambliss. Don't bother with SLC. It's still laggy as hell.
No, it's not. Not the older version, it's not, Tyler. Nope, it sure isn't. Depends on what version you're talking about. The version that I have is the version that was not as laggy at all. So, again, like I said, I'm not using the latest one. I was under the assumption that you had to, but you don't. You can use whatever you got. loaded it up last night, but I didn't end up using it because I was already
Tyler Chambliss.
doing stuff. But
What older version? And Declan uses PACX.
he uses that for he doesn't use that for passengers though. That's not why he uses that. He'll use that if he's not on live ATC. If he doesn't have live ATC on, he'll use that. And I don't know. I'd have to look, Tyler, but it's one of the older versions. I can tell you. I don't know what number it is. It's not the latest one though. I can tell you that.
KR2E 300 2053 Z Auto 16007 KT 10 SMCLR 11/M09 3008 RMKAO 2 SLP 171 T01111089 56020.
Alright, let's take a look here.
-68 degrees. Line colon 200.
I've got a lot of them add-ons. I just haven't installed some of them. I've got an ATC.
49 at 47.
Well, I've got a couple of those.
Tyler Chambliss. Well, I'm gonna go and mess with MSFS some more.
Yeah, have fun with that, buddy.
Nick Cantos. I like the idea of the whole passenger experience. It adds to things a lot more than a regular cargo flight.
Yeah, I do too, Nick. That's why hopefully I can use this other program that I've got. On my next flight, I'm gonna see how it works, and it should work okay. And you can do, if you got GSX, you can board with that too. But man, I remember all the headache that it gave me before. I'm not even going to try to install that one. Just not going to do it. But there's other add-ons that I can use.
It's 17 o'clock and 0 minutes.
The self-loading will simulate passengers boarding and stuff, so we'll try that and see how that works. Yeah, shut up. Open Messenger.
Nick Cantos. What does that chime sound mean?
Oh, it's just a chime that goes off every hour telling me what time it is.
Nick Cantos. Are you using Lisi?
No. Sorry, just taking care of something here real quick, guys.
KGUP 300 2053 Z Auto 00000 KT 10 SMCLR 11 M09 3000 ARMKAO 2 SLP 193 T01.
All right.
Distance to descent: 626/0:1:18:15.
An hour and 18 minutes until we start our descent into the George Bush Intercontinental. I was looking at the weather there. The weather looks like it's decent, so we shouldn't have any problems. The only problem that I've been running into these last few days, but later tonight I'm going to be updating that, and that won't be a problem no more. But my AIRAC data is out of date, and so some of the airports I get to, things are a little off. Example, I landed at San Francisco last night, did a good landing, but because my AIRAC data was out of date, the runway wasn't accurate when I landed. Now I did land on the runway. I got a good landing, negative 186. But it was really, really close. I mean, I was right next to the water, and when I say next to the water, man, I mean it was real close. So I can never guarantee that my landing's going to be good until once I get down and touch the ground, because the AIRAC data might, throw things for a loopity-loop on me. Folks, I'm going to sit down my headset for a minute. If anybody's watching, whoever's watching now, if anybody else comes on, let them know that the pilot will be right back. I got to make a coffee run, and I will return back here and continue our flight. So keep an eye on the controls for me. Don't let us crash, Nick. He's like, I can't do nothing about it. I'll be right back, fellas. I'll be right back.
Nick Cantos. Wouldn't it be a better idea to descend now?
KTUP 300 2153 Z Auto 30005 KT 10 SMCLR 12/M0 3007 RMKAO 2 SLP 189 T01221094. Key 300 2147 ZVRB06 KT 10 SMCLR 08/M10 3013. KABQ 300 2152 Z 27003 KT 10 SMSCT 210 BKN 250 10 /M 09 3013 RMKAO 2 SLP 190 T 01001094.
One second, folks. Phew, it's getting cold out there, my friends. Wow. Phew. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Alrighty, I am back.
Distance to descent: 490/0:1:0:6.
Got an hour and 6 minutes until descent.
489/0:1:0:0 K0E0300
Or no, I'm sorry, we got an hour. We got 1 hour. Exactly 1 hour.
15 RMKAO 2 T01051081 TSNO.
Okay. 1 hour remaining. All right.
Center tanks below 1,000 pounds.
Left center fuel pump off. Center left fuel pump off. Right center fuel pump off. Center right fuel pump off.
Slow tight, my friends. Right back with you. Del Whiskey. We about to land here in about 50 minutes. Okay. Not enough. The next flight that I do, we're gonna try to use that cargo program. We're gonna be leaving the George Bush Intercontinental Airport, and I believe we're going to head up over to San Francisco.
KSRR 300, 2155.
Going to go over there because that's where my other airplane is. So I'm gonna go over there, do some. Let me see. I need to get my FedEx account straightened back out. Sign up with them guys. Oh, I don't know where my lighter went. Oh, there it is. Hope your day is going well for you, period. Call Lois Hughes.
Calling Lois Hughes Mobile.
What, you done? Nothing. Be landing here in about 50 minutes. Yeah. Oh, did you? Yeah, I guess
Pro 300 2151 Z Auto 17011 KT 10 SMCLR 06/M03 3024 RMKAO 2 SLT 239 T006111028.
Alright, I'm back, folks.
Distance to descent: 390/0:0:48:12.
48 minutes until descent. We're going to go ahead and get our weather set up because there's no need to wait.
Ops Studio 28.3 stream chat row 1 column 3. First officer pro act RTE lex 1/4-PMDG 737 act RTE.
So we'll go here and do Alt-I.
Approach ref 1/1. Roast WT flaps ref 1:141.115 degrees 148 KT.
15 degrees at 148. I don't like that.
2:30 degrees 141 KT.
There we go. 2 right. 30 degrees at 140 knots. Let me see what 3 is.
9402 FT 2866 M40 degrees 137 KT.
Yeah, we're gonna do 40 degrees at 137 because I've got it set for flaps 40 for. So let's do right soft 3, right soft 4. Refresh that. Take a look at it.
9:08 hours 4:109.70/087 degrees 40/137.
All right, so that's good. And we're gonna do Alt D to do our weather.
F4 25 land. 6: less forecasting now greater.
Let's forecast and we'll hit that.
4 land. 6: less request.
And we'll wait for our weather for George Bush Intercontinental to generate. Just waiting for the data to upload.
Land 4 5 day winds. 6: less request. Land 6: left FM land 4 5 6 low greater.
Ready.
All right, we'll load it in.
CDU message cleared.
Left FMC light off. Right FMC light off. CDU number 1
CDU
message light
message
off.
displayed. Descent forecast uplink.
0
CDU
left
message
FMC light
cleared.
off. Right FMC light off. CDU number 1 execute key unavailable. CDU number 1 message light off.
There we
CDU
go.
number 2. Active forecast 1/1 FL 185/5
Nick Cantos. Back.
All right, Nick, you got back just in time, my friend.
Active forecast 1/trans LV 1 FL 185/5 Trans LV 1 FL 185/5 Act RTE legs 1 SJT.775/FL 370.
Got about 40 minutes until we start our descent into George Bush Continental here in Texas. All right, let's take a look here. I've already did our weather. I've already. You just missed that part of it, Nick. But I did our flaps and our speed setting for when we catch our localizer. I want to be at 100 and let's see here. So I got flaps set for 40, flaps 40 at 137 knots. So we'll be at about 140 knots for landing. Flaps, we'll go full flaps on our landing checklist. And check the temperature.
Line colon 251 at 69 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Alright, wind is 250. What did I
Line
say?
colon 251 at 69 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
251 at 69 knots. Wind gust is 0.
Minus 66 degrees.
It's minus 66 degrees. So we're going to keep the wing de-icer activated. A little bit of a note for those of you that are flying. It might be newer. Anything below minus 40 on the temperature, so even if it was minus 42, you want your wing de-icer on. So like mine, it's minus, the temperature says
minus 66 degrees.
Minus 66, so I definitely want my wing de-icer on. We've got our engine anti-ice, the de-icer for our engines is activated. So that's all set up. We're going to go ahead and do our descent checklist. Man, we're already, 40 minutes away. We can go ahead and do that and get that ready.
First officer pro row 1 column 5. First officer
pro here.
Descent CHKLST button.
And go ahead and activate our descent checklist.
Ops studio Lockheed Martin registered. Prepar 3D register.
Pressurization. Set.
Pressurization is set.
Checked.
Auto brake disarm. Auto brake 1.
Auto brakes. Set. Landing data. Checked.
Landing data is set. Altimeters is set.
Approach briefing.
Approach briefing is completed.
Unknown cursor.
The only thing I need to do is set up our runway frequencies for the ILS.
Checklist complete.
So in order for me to do that, I'm going to do right bracket Control D. It's going to give me the runway box.
First officer ops studio act R3 stream star untitled dash notepad row 2 column 2 destination runway row 2 column 3.
Destination runway. So we're going
Runway
to
combo box 20 airport edit selected KSFO. Land selection remove.
here. I'm going to put in KB or let me look at that. Let me look at the code.
Ops studio 28 act RTE leg 3 stream chat row 2 column 2 star untitled dash notepad row 2 star untitled dash note.
This is why I write it down, folks.
CFW 120 size 16 land clause slash 20 land carriage return 80 slash 8 I K carriage return K I A H
KIAH is the code that I need.
Airport edit land edit cursor.
KIAH. And we're looking for runway 8 right.
8 runways loaded. Runway combo box 08L collapsed 08R.
There's 8 right there. I'll do Alt O.
Star untitled dash
That'll
notepad.
close it.
Lockheed Martin
Go
registered.
back to my
Lockheed Martin
P3D
registered.
here. I'm going to do right bracket Control D.
0 airport edit selected Kaya.
Alright, here's the airport.
Ills details edit red up name colon cat 2 ill slash DME 08R.
Alright, this is going to be a Category 2 for the ILS.
Frequency colon 109.70.
109.70 for the frequency.
Course colon 86.95.
86. 109.70, course 86. 109.70.
Top 300
So we do
2150
left bracket
Z12
shift in.
Set nav radios. Nav 1 frequency edit selected 109.70.
There's already in there 109.70.
Nav 1 course edit selected 86.
Course 86.
Nav 2 frequency edit selected 109.70. Nav 2 course edit selected 86.
Alright.
OK button.
Everything's already in there for
Bill
me.
details edit red only.
That's
multi.
beautiful.
Airport edit selected Kaya. Runway combo. OK button alt plus O. Cancel button. OK button alt rest.
Hit OK.
Lockheed Martin registered.
There we go.
P5.
We are now set up for our descent. No, we're not. No, we're not. One more thing.
Ops studio 28 act RTE lex 1 slash 4 dash PMDG 737 CD Euro 1
I need to see what the altitude is for that runway.
Refresh button alt. Edit red on. Act RTE lex 1 slash 4. Act RTE lex 4 slash 4. Act
Go to
RTE
3 here.
Land. RNP slash act 5 colon RNP 6 colon 2.00 slash 0.07 5 colon DOS dash 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 slash 3000 day. Hold at 4 colon DOS dash 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 slash 3000 day. 062 degree 4 colon DOS dash 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 slash 3063 colon left parent INTC right parent dash 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 slash 04 colon DOS dash dash hold at 5 colon dot dash 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 slash 3000 A.
3000A
Act
on them
RTE, act RTE,
waypoints.
like
Where's our
1
runway?
colon 5 dash. Land 2 colon. Land 3 colon.
Oh,
Act
no
RTE
wonder.
like 3 act
Let's go
RTE
here.
01 colon MIG 159 slash 2000 088 degrees 5.2 colon RW 08 R 142 slash 146.
All right, so the altitude for the runway is 146, so I'm going to set it to 100. Left bracket, shift A.
MCP altitude, intervene button alt plus I. Altitude edit alt plus E 37,000. 3,007,000 land, selection removed. 100. 0, land. 100. Act RTE lex 3 slash 4 dash PMDG 737.
All right, so our
only
altitude
multiply
is
208
set.
degrees 5.1 colon MIG 159 slash 2000. 1 colon MIG 159 slash
Let's see
land.
what
6 colon 2 point RNP slash actual 35 colon Yoga 188 slash 3000 A.
3,000 or above for our
109
ILS.
degrees 23.4 NM. 4 colon TTORO 210 slash 8000. 109 degrees 25 colon Yoga 188 slash 3000 A. Act RTE lex 098 degrees 15.2 NM. 1 colon B2 098 degrees 15.2 and Act RTE lex 2 slash 4.
All right, we're going to get rid of that A. So to get rid of it,
RN 5 colon Yoga 188 slash 4 colon TTORO 210 slash 8000.
so see here where it says
160 degrees 4 colon TTORO 210 slash 8000. 109 degree 5 colon Yoga 188 slash 3000 A.
on line 5 it says 3,000A. I'm going to get rid of that, but I'm going to make sure there's not another 3,000 after
Act
that.
RTE lex 1 colon MIG 159 slash 2000.
Okay, there's not.
Land.
All right, so
Land. 6 colon RN 5 colon Yoga. 104 colon TTO 105 colon Yoga 188 slash 3000 A.
all right, so line
105
5
colon Yoga 188 slash 3000 A.
says 3,000 or above. That's why it says 3,000A. So I'm going to
Refresh
tab down here to my scratch
Clear
pad,
selection. Edit land.
type in 3000.
0 0 3.
I'm going to verify it,
0,
3000. And then I'm going to do right soft 5.
CPU number 1 execute key available. Execute key
Execute
available.
key is available. I'm going to do Alt E.
CPU number 1 execute key available.
And now let's
Execute
take
key.
a look at
Clear
it.
scratch. Refresh button.
Go
Edit
back
only
up here to the
multiply
list.
106. Land. 4 colon T 195 colon Yoga 4 dash slash 3000.
And there it is. The reason I don't want that above, I don't need it because we're coming in on an ILS approach. So by the time we get to 3,000, the hope is that we've already been connected and it will continue to fly, the direction that it needs to and follow our descent path to get us landed. All right, so I'm going to go back up
2 slash 4. Act RTE lex 2 slash 4. Act RTE lex 1 slash 4.
to the main page here, first page. There we go. So we're all set.
Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered.
Go back
V5.
to the flight window, maximize it for those that might be sighted that can see what's going on. The most you're probably seeing is a bunch of clouds as we go in and out of clouds. But that's okay. The one thing I like is, I've been flying the 737 for, let's see. I think we're going on 3 years. Don't seem that long, but, yeah, I've been flying the 737 for quite a while now. I'm very comfortable with flying this jet. If I think about what do I need to work on to get better at, I would say I would want to work on doing go-arounds. That's something you can always practice at. Something else, and I've only done it once so far. I'd like to do it again. And that is a touch and go. Basically, you come in, you touch the runway, and you take right back off. I've done one, and it was successful, but it's just something extra you can do. It don't even add up to anything that you got it, that you really need, but I think the reason they make you do that just in case there is a situation where you're landing and all of a sudden you need to get back up in the air quickly. That'd be why they make you do that.
KGNZ 300 2150 Z.
The coffee's awful good, Nick. It's awful good, my friend.
Line colon 250 at 69 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Wind staying right at 250 at 69 knots. 0 wind gusts.
Minus 64 degrees.
Temperature still at minus 64. So we're going to leave everything on there. The one thing I can do, let me show you guys. I'll pull it up here. Come on, give me my flight panel.
Act RTE Lex 1 star untitled dash note. First office op studio 28 restream chat 730 Lockheed Martin. Act RT star untitled dash note. First op studio 23 stream chat 737 cockpit row 2 column 4.
That's what I want.
Lockheed Martin register. Lockheed Martin register. 737 cockpit row 1 columns panels preview. Act overhead.
Here we
Expanded.
go.
0 items.
Let me get it pulled up here. Let me show you.
Level 1 to 0 1 to 1. 2 1 to 1 level.
No, I don't want that. I don't want
Service
that.
interval.
I don't want
Dome lights
service
1 to 1 level
interval.
1.
There we go.
Dome lights combo box off collapsed.
Our dome lights are off. Well, it's not completely dark yet.
Nick Cantos.
Dome lights dim.
What flavor?
We're going to put the dome lights on dim.
Panels preview. Dome lights 1 to 1 level 1.
Right now I'm drinking, what's it called? It's vanilla. It's a vanilla, the creamer you get in the bottles, you know. It's, vanilla something. Now, what am I going to do once LNAV and VNAV go off? Is I'm going to activate, and I just want to tell you guys ahead of time, so if you're like, why is he not talking?
Cockpit panels.
Once I activate
Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3D register P5.
the
Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3D register.
the talk button on first officer, you won't hear me talk because I don't want him to end up doing something thinking I said something. But that won't happen until you see that my VNAV and LNAV go off. Once that goes off, you're going to hear me say Command B. Now, what exactly is happening when Command B comes on? Well, in order for the auto land to take effect, you have to have both autopilots activated. Now, in any other scenario, you can't leave both of them on. You can only fly with one of the autopilots activated. Okay? So, another spam call. Let's see. Hello? Hello? Guys, I get these calls all the time. Spam, spam, spam. And I was like, you know, I'm going to change my number, but it does no good. It does no good. I'm going to show you guys something.
Folder view
To
list.
do with-
Star untitled Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3 Act RTE first officer row 1 column 4. Descent CHK.
Let me show you.
Reset button. Secure. Shutdown. Shutdown. Auto button. Voice button.
I'm going to hit voice. Now watch what happens.
Rest. Star untitled dash Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3.
Command B.
Command B on.
CMDB light on.
Command A off.
CMDB on. CMDA light off. CMDA off. Left flight director light off. Right flight director light on. Left FD master off. Right FD master on.
Command A.
Command A on.
CMDA light on. CMDA on.
Command B off.
CMD. Folder view. Ops Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3 first officer row 1 column 3. Voice button. Rest.
Now do you see what I mean? When you activate Command B,
Ops Studio 20 Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3.
Command A will go off. Now what you're going to notice is on landing, if everything is in the right, you know, if everything matches to where it should, and it looks at everything, it looks at altitude, it looks at the runway information, all that, and it says, okay, all this looks good, yeah, we can do this. Then it's going to keep on Command B, but it's going to keep on Command A as well. So autopilot A and autopilot B both will be on, and basically they're communicating back and forth. They're kind of helping each other out to make sure that everything stays at 100%. Speed, altitude, everything. So that is why that is, hopefully I've explained it in the right way, and that you can understand that. But the other thing I need you to remember, okay, you can't always get a full auto land. Sometimes the situation just won't allow it. So it might be that maybe the pitch of the runway is a little bit different. Usually it's 3, but sometimes it might be 4. Who knows? Or the weather. There's different things that might cause it to say, no, these conditions don't. It's not good enough for Autoland to take control. So we'll see what happens once we get
100
down there. We've got our altitude set to 100. I set that for the runway, but that's not going to matter once we get connected to the localizer and the glide slope. That altitude will not play a part at all, because it's just going to make sure that we get to the runway and get landed. Okay.
Distance to descent, 243/0:0:30:30:3.
We got exactly 30 minutes until descent. We'll go ahead and check our fuel.
Total fuel, 16,600.
We got 16,000 pounds of fuel. And that's okay.
Seatbelt sign on. No smoking sign on.
Turn it off.
Seatbelt sign off.
That's more like it. Now, it used to be I could turn this on, first officer hat, where you could use this no smoking sign, that button, to toggle the mute button, but
no smoking sign off.
It doesn't work anymore.
No smoking sign on.
I don't want nobody smoking on my airplane anyways. Ain't that right, Nick? If anybody, listen up. If anybody is smoking back there on my airplane, I'm going to send my security back there to deal with you. His name's Nick. And he'll come back here and take that cigarette from you and smack you in your mouth about 5 times. And then he's going to put the cigarette out and make you eat it. That's the policy when you fly with BVI. What's the weather at George Bush Intercontinental?
It's currently partly cloudy and 40 degrees in Bush Industrial Estate, United Kingdom. Today's high,
No,
46 degrees.
I wasn't asking
and the
about
low,
that.
39 degrees.
KPPG 300 2155 Z Auto 10009 KT 10 SMCLR 07/M06 3033 RMKAO2T00.
We're definitely not going to the United Kingdom. Not today, Charlie. Not today.
Lockheed Martin register. Desktop. Program Manager. Lockheed Martin register. R3D register. V5.
I wish I'd have put these other programs on.
Nick Cantos. LOL. Knowing myself, I'd probably try and be as kind as possible and work with the person to stop smoking on the plane. That's unless they're being an asshole.
Right? Be like, excuse me, sir, but I know you probably want that cigarette, and I'm sure that it tastes really good. But do you think because of the other people that have a concern with you smoking on the airplane, plus it's against policy, I could ask you to put that cigarette out, please? And then they look at you and they say, well, no. If I put it out, I can't smoke it, can I? And then you try one more time. You say, sir, I don't want to make this a bad day for you. I don't want it to be a bad day for me. And besides, if you don't put the cigarette out, then I'm not doing my job, and I would end up getting fired. Now, you don't want that, do you, sir? Can you just put the cigarette out, please? And knowing your luck, they're going to look up and they're going to say, you know what? I'm not concerned about your job. Did you pay for this cigarette, sir? You're obviously going to say, no, I didn't pay for the cigarette. Okay, then. I'm not putting it out. I'm going to finish smoking it. Because, you know, back in the 70s, we could smoke on an airplane. But then they changed the rules because people started crying about it. Oh, all the smoke and yada, yada, yada. Then you got to be rude about it. Then you just got to say, you know what, dude? I've tried to be polite with you 2 times now. And unfortunately for you, a 3rd time is not a charm today, buddy. Because I'm not going to be nice about it again. Put the cigarette out, or I'm going to put it out for you. And if I got to put it out, you're not going to like it. Because I might just put it out on your forehead. Or maybe I'll make you stick your tongue out, and I'll put it out on your tongue. You pick, pal. It's crazy because you used to be able to smoke on an airplane.
Nick
And now,
Cantos.
now they say it's dangerous,
If I were the
but
one
it's
smoking,
not.
I'd be like, okay, no problem. I understand you're trying to do your job.
That's what I'd say. But yeah, it's really interesting about the. Let me see if I can get a date on that, because. Let me see. What year did airplanes stop smoking?
Here's what I found from Thrillist.com. Smoking on most domestic U.S. flights was banned in February of 1990, though individual airlines began banning smoking in the 80s.
Okay, so in the 80s, a lot of airlines started, they began to ban it. But altogether, in 1990, it was completely policy, no smoking. I just think that's wild to think, being in the air, you're sitting there and you got an ashtray on your armrest so you can put out your cigarettes. And, you're probably one of them people that you smoke and you fear flying. So you go through like 3 packs of cigarettes in a 20-minute flight. Now, here's something else that's interesting to know about. People assume that airplanes will make you turn off your wireless devices because it interferes. But the true story is it doesn't interfere with anything. it's more of a safety breach than anything, because the way they see it, if your phone's turned on, your Wi-Fi's turned on, your data's turned on, that you could be passing over information to someone that might be trying to come aboard or do something harmful or whatever the case might be. So now they tell everybody to turn off their devices.
KSJT 300 2151 Z06010 KT 10 SMCLR 09
But now don't forget, by all means, if you're in first class, you can pay for Wi-Fi. Well, you can pay for anywhere. You can pay for internet while you're on the airplane, so you can watch videos. I think there's a limit on what you can do when you're connected to the Wi-Fi that's on the airplane too, though. I don't think like
NAV1 has localizer. Localizer is alive. Runway heading 38.
Okay, don't listen to that. Sometimes it picks up these beacons way ahead of time or from another airport.
Distance to descent :169/0:0:20:44.
All right, we got 20 minutes left until descent. I'd like to show you guys something real quick.
Folder view.
And no, I'm not an affiliate or anything like that, but I would like to show it to you. So there is a browser
Opera GX browser 66 of 66.
called Opera GX. Now I'm going to go ahead and open it up and show it to you real quick.
App Start cursor.
With the airlines I go with,
Cursor.
I can use Wi-Fi but only
Normal
at
cursor.
cruising altitude. JetBlue is my favorite.
Yeah, JetBlue is good.
App Start cursor.
So Opera GX, you're asking, well, what's
cursor.
good about it? Well, there's a lot of good things about Opera GX.
Normal cursor.
Glide slope is alive. NAV1 has glide slope.
Come on.
Browser client grouping. Browser contents grouping. Navigation toolbar. Extensions menu button sub menu.
Okay, so the cool thing
Opera account
is,
sign dash out button. Opera easy setup button. Speed dial main landmark. Search the web edit blank. Switch visited link.
so you have different things you can access, and you can put anything on your
Visited link
browser.
button. Visited link
There's
Twitch. Visited link button.
Twitch,
Link Discord.
Discord,
Link TikTok. Link button.
TikTok,
Visited link YouTube. Visited link
YouTube.
button. Link GX.games. Link button. Link Amazon. Link button. Link eBay. Link button. Link G2A.
Amazon,
Link button.
eBay.
Link Raid Shadow Legends. Link button. Link Humble Bundle.
It's got all this stuff that you can put. Now, if you go
Main
to the
landmark,
top,
Raid Shadow Legends link. G2A link. eBay link. Amazon. YouTube. TikTok link. Discord link.
let
Twitch
me
visit.
get up here.
Search the web. Browser client. Opera account sign dash out button. Opera. Extensions menu button. Address field edit. Address field. Batch container grouping. Page with start page mode button. VPN button.
So you when you're searching the internet, you can search under a VPN, so nobody's tracking everything you're doing. You get all them stupid ads.
Reload button. Close button. Restore button. Minimize button. Browser client grouping. Browser sidebar grouping. Settings button. Extensions button. Downloads button.
You got extensions, you got
History
downloads,
button. Pinboards button. Personal news button.
pin boards. Mine's got the news on it,
Bookmarks button. Speed dial button. Crypto wallet button. Speed dial button.
which is under what's called speed dial, and you can put all these different things under your speed dial that you might want to have access
Crypto wallet
to.
my flow button.
Your crypto
Crypto
wallet.
wallet my flow button. Player button. Discord button. Player button.
There's a player where you can listen to music. I would show that, but then I get
Discord
copyrighted.
button. TikTok button. Facebook Messenger button.
And there's hotkeys.
Twitch button.
So if I want to go to Twitch or Messenger, I can just pull it up
GX cleaner button.
with the hotkey.
GX control button. Speed dial document plan. DAV club colon. Games Willows 2 link Willows 2 dash episode.
So anyways, if you get a chance, check it out. The other thing is, you can control how much that you're using, how much the browser uses as far as your memory and all that. Because a lot of these Google Chrome and all them, they like to be hogs about
Browser
it.
client grouping. Browser sidebar grouping. GX control button. GX cleaner button.
There's a GX control,
Switch button.
GX cleaner.
Facebook Messenger button. TikTok button. Discord button. Player button.
Let me show you the player. I'm gonna hit the player
Browser
here real
sidebar
quick.
content view overlay window. Player. Stop button. Pin button. Browser sidebar feedback button. Web mode button. YouTube music document. Main blank. Clickable navigation landmark. Search landmark. Connect to a device button. Open avatar menu. Mixed for you link. More button. Main landmark button. List with 12 items. Play Christmas mix button. Link Christmas mix.
So you
Link
can
button, more actions.
let me show you more actions here.
List shuffle play next not selected 2 of 5. Shuffle play 1 of 5.
So you can shuffle your
Add to playlist, not
playlist,
selected.
add to
my list. Add to not
playlist.
selected. Play next not selected 2 of shuffle play 1 of 5. Add to playlist not selected 5 of 5. List link shuffle play. Link Christmas mix. Your top hit. Francis link button play my super mix.
All kinds of
Link button more
stuff.
actions.
There's
Link button play my super mix.
like I have a super mix that I can play. It's called your radio, and then you can just add all this music to your radio, and when you you know, and it's right here. So I don't gotta leave my browser to go to any of this stuff. Messenger, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I can stay right here on my browser and not have to have 3 or 4 tabs open. And then when I'm done, I just close it.
Ops Studio 28.1.2 left.
And there you go.
Lockheed Martin registered. Pre-art Lockheed Martin registered.
So, anyways, just something a little extra. You can check it out. Again, it's called Opera GX. There are different ones you can download. You can download the regular Opera, but I suggest the GX. It's actually called Opera GX Gaming, but you don't got to have it for gaming, but they made it that way. That way you can be playing a game right there and have everything right in front of you that you might want to pull up. So, pretty cool stuff. See what time we got here.
Distance to descent colon 126/0 colon 0 colon 14 colon 57.
126 miles. In 126 miles, it will only take 14 minutes to reach.
253 knots indicated.
And we're
Nick Cantos.
currently going 253 knots.
How much does it cost?
KSJT 300 2200.
It doesn't cost anything, Nick. It's free. Now, if you wanted like the advanced WX, I think there's something you can pay for the advanced VPN, but the VPN's free. None of it costs. It's got a blocker that blocks all ads. So whether it's YouTube, Twitter, whatever you might be on, you can block all them ads that you don't want to see, which makes it really cool. And anytime you're listening to something on YouTube, you can add it to your queue, and that puts it on your private radio. So when you go in and play your queue, it'll play all the music that you added. You can shuffle it and stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. You'll be impressed because it's quick. It's very quick. As soon as you put an address in and hit enter, it's there. And again, no, just so people know, I'm not an affiliate. I'm not connected to the Opera developers or company or anything like that. Just my own friendly advice that, hey, this is what I use, and I think you would like it too, Now, if I was an affiliate, I'd be having a link down there for you to click on to put some money in my bank. I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
Nick Cantos. How do you spell it?
It is OPERAGX.
Folder view list. Opera GX browser 66 of 66.
Yeah, Opera GX
Ops
browser.
Studio 28.1.2 left pair. Ops Studio 28.1. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered V5. Lockheed Martin.
I'd say if you put Opera GX in Google, you'll find it. And it is accessible. You can create hotkeys. There is a hotkeys section. You just have to go in there and mess around with it and customize it to your needs.
KJCT 300 2251 Z Auto 05010 KT 10 SMCLR 11 M03 3032 RMKAO 2 SLT 255 T 011111033. Distance to descent: 87/0:0:10:19.
87 miles to go, my friends. We've already got our descent checklist in. We've got our frequency already set up for our ILS. We're going to be landing at runway 8 right with an ILS approach. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my speed window because I'll be using that.
Indicated airspeed edit red only Alt plus E selected 173. Intervene Alt button Alt plus I. C/O dash indicated button Alt plus C. Intervene Alt button Alt plus. Indicated airspeed edit red only Alt plus E selected 173. Total fuel: 15,462 point. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3D red. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3D registered V5.
Nick Cantos.
KPMQ 300 2253.
I can only find Opera GX for Android and iPhone.
No, it's a browser. Let me see if I can get you a link. Once we get landed, let me see if I can get you a link here. right.
Distance to descent, 49/0:0:5:40.
49 minutes, 5 miles.
Distance to descent, 48/0:0:5:35.
Very good. Always like to do this.
Ops
Always.
28.1.2 left parent. 64-bit Windows right parent. Profile untitled scenes.
Come on.
Ops Studio. MCP speed. First officer pro row 2 column 1.
For some reason, it's letting me just
Studio 28.
alt
First officer
tab.
pro row 1 column 2.
Always got to go to my
First officer pro,
desktop
button.
and then tab.
Auto button. Shutdown. Secure. Reset button. After takeoff. Descent CHKLST but pressed. Ops Studio. Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered. Prepar 3D registered. V5.
Set.
Recall.
Just doing that again to make
Check.
sure we're good to
Auto
go
brakes.
here.
Set.
Nick
Landing
Cantos.
data.
Check.
I found it.
Altimeters.
Checked.
Approach briefing.
All right, Nick. Good deal, my friend. Good deal.
Unknown cursor.
Checklist complete.
Distance to descent, 42/0:0:4:57.
4 minutes, my friends. We're 42 minutes out from descent. I'd like to thank anybody that joined us here on the live stream. Maybe you're watching this at a later time. That's okay too. I want to thank you for checking out the videos and showing your support to the BVI pilot community. Remember, if you're not subscribed to the channel, to tap on that subscribe button and join us here at BVI Pilots. Also, be sure to set your notifications always so that you're notified each time that we publish a video or go live. We'd also like to invite you to our Facebook page where you can follow us at facebook.com/BVI Pilots. Also, our Twitch page can be located at twitch.tv/BVI Pilots. Those of you that participate in following us on our other social sites, such as Facebook and Twitch, remember that when we do another giveaway, your name will automatically be entered for that drawing. So you might win simming equipment, maybe even a prepaid card, and etc. And just remember, the beginning of the year, after New Year's, we will be doing some giveaways. I've already got some stuff that I'm putting together, and we'll be doing that sometime in January, late January, early February. So if you're following us on Facebook, we can go and see that you're following us, and we can put your name in the drawing. You can even leave comments on the Facebook page, even share videos with us on the Facebook page. Those of you that share videos on our Facebook page, there is a chance that those videos will also be put on BVI Pilots and restreamed. Anytime that happens, we will also be giving that person credit that you're the one that shared it with us on the Facebook page. So if you do flights on your own and would like to share that and would like to see it uploaded on the BVI Pilot channel, all you gotta do is do the flight, record the video, and send it to us, or share it on our Facebook, Twitter, and etc. For that said, we're about to start our descent here at George Bush Intercontinental, and weather looks good, so hopefully we'll have a good descent here today. We will be doing another flight. We're going to be testing out this add-on that we have, so we're going to test that out a little bit later, so be sure to keep an eye on your notifications for when we go live again.
Distance to descent, 19/0:0.
We're 19 miles out from starting our descent here at George Bush, and
Distance to descent, 18/0:0:2:5.
pretty crazy, isn't it? 2 minutes to cover 18 miles. That is insane. Insane in the membrane. And it's real easy to make hotkeys for them things that you add to your Opera. You'll arrow down, and if you see it doesn't have a hotkey, it'll say something like press keys. Right there where it says it, you just do your hotkey and it will recognize you putting it in. For example, my Facebook Messenger, all I gotta do is hit Control-Shift-F, and it will bring up my messenger so that I can, look at it or whatnot. Just like my YouTube, I can hit a hotkey for that.
Approaching top of descent.
Let's see here. All right, we are approaching top of descent right now, my friends.
Distance to descent: 8/0.
For those that might be sighted, you will see that I'll be alt-tabbing between a few different windows, the CDU window as well as the speed window. But I'll try to keep the main window up as much as possible so you can see what's going on.
Lockheed Martin registered R3D registered V5. First officer row 1 column op studio 28 point MCP speed row 1 column 4. MCP speed indicated airspeed edit red only alt plus E selected 173. Intervene off button alt plus I. Lockheed Martin red first officer op studio 20 star untitled act RTE lex 1/3-PMDG 7 act RT. Act RTE 096 degrees 45.0 NF 1 CHLLY 257/FL 248.
So 25,000 or above 24,000 are going to be our first waypoint.
MCP speed row 1 column. Lockheed Martin registered R3D registered V. KGTU 300 2250.
You can barely hear it, but you can hear them engines kind of slowing down, getting us prepared for our descent.
Minus 18 feet per minute.
And here we go, starting our descent.
254 knots indicated. Minus 2182 feet per minute.
Descent rate right now is currently
feet per minute.
1,987.
Speed brake arm.
Speed brake arm. Minus 2874 feet per minute.
Minus 2874, 2,874 feet a minute.
Minus 2972 feet per minute.
Minus 2,925 feet a minute.
Minus 2917 feet per minute. Minus 2831 feet per minute. 35,475 feet ASL. Lockheed Martin registered R3D. Altimeter: 1028 30 point. 35,706 feet ASL. Minus 2743 feet per minute. 35,000 feet. $34,000 feet. Minus 2753 feet per minute. Total fuel: 14,915.5.
We got 14,000 pounds of fuel currently.
Minus 938 feet per minute. $33,193 feet ASL. Act RTE legs 1/3-PMDGs edit red on. Act RT 096 degrees 30.1 NM. 1 CHLLY 257/FL 248.
So 24,000 or above.
Lockheed Martin registered R3D. Lockheed Martin registered 32,612 feet. 243 knots indicated. Minus 1965 feet per minute. Spoilers: 66. $32,000 feet. 31,889 feet ASL.
Currently at 31,000 feet.
$31,000 feet. Minus 2175 feet per minute. KT 74 300 2255 Z auto 0. Altimeter 30,700. 259 knots indicated.
Once I get down to 20,000 feet, we will switch our speed to 240 instead of 250.
Minus 2090 feet per minute. 253 knots indicate. 30,280 feet ASL. Minus 2014 feet per minute. Act RTE legs 1/3-PMDG 700 edit red only mode. Act RTE 097 degrees 13.1 CHLLY 257/FL 248. Land. 1:097 degrees 11.1 CHLLY 257 / FL 248. 097 CHLLY 2. Lockheed Martin registered R3D registered V5. -19,119 minus 1959 feet per minute. 251 knots indicated. -255 knots indicated. -1988 feet per minute. -28,000 feet. -2024 feet per minute. Act RTE legs 1/3
Take a look at our leg page here real quick.
RT 097 degrees 8.4 nm. 1: CHLLY 257 / FL 248. Lockheed Martin registered.
Alright,
Lockheed Martin
still 8 miles to go for this first waypoint.
27,300 -2129 feet. Spoilers retracted. Speed brake arm light off. -27,000 feet.
I'm actually going to be installing my Payware sound pack, I think, after this flight as well.
253 knots indicated. $26,000 feet. $25,439 feet ASL. $25,000 feet.
Alright.
23,988 feet ASL. Act RTE legs 1/3 dash edit red on. Act RT 097 degrees 11.0 and 1 SSAMI 257 / FL 224. SSAMI 257 / FL 224.
22,000.
Desktop. Act RTE leg. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D. Lockheed Martin registered. 23,400. 266 knots indicated. -1923 feet per minute. 173. 23,267 knots indicated. $22,700. 268 knots indicated. -1913 feet per minute. 22,573 feet ASL. Act RTE legs 1/3 at MCP speed row 1 column 3. Intervene off button Alt plus I. Indicated airspeed edit red only Alt plus E selected 100. Intervene off button Alt plus I pressed. Speed intervene on speed up. Indicated airspeed edit Alt plus E selected 173. Selection removed. 250. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered. Lockheed Martin. 250. 21,847. 265 knots indicated. 263 knots indicated.
Slowing down to 250 knots.
21,814 feet ASL.
We're a little over 21,000 right now.
21,232 feet, 254 knots indicated.
All right, folks. So far, so good. We're looking good here.
MCP speed row 1, act RTE lex 1/3 dash, edit red only. Act RT 098 degrees 6.9 nm. 1 colon, mean 257 slash FL 183. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3D registered
All right,
P5
we need to be
Lockheed
at
Martin registered pre-par
18,000.
20,732 feet.
We're going to kick this on for a
Speed brake
minute.
on.
Speed brake arm light on. KCLL 300 2253 Z02010 KT10. Act RT MCP speed row 1 column 3. Indicated airspeed edit alt plus E 250. When flag selection removed. 240 flag. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par. Lockheed Martin registered.
Switching to 240 knots.
19,700 250 knots indicated. 1
CDU message
CDU
display.
number 1 message light on.
Dave Path
CDU
energy
number
mode.
2 message light on. Spoilers colon 66.
Don't worry about that message. It's something. It's a bug somewhere
248 knots indicated.
about path unachievable.
MCP speed row. Act RTE lex 1/3 dash PMD edit red home. Act RT 098 degrees 6.91 colon mean 257 slash FL 183 0 CDU number 1 message light 098 degrees 0.6 flag 098 degrees 0 124 1 colon mean 257 slash FL 183 098 degrees 0.4 nm. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par. Lockheed Martin registered 18,243 knots indicated. Minus 2641 feet per minute.
Our descent's about a little over 2,226 feet a minute.
Transition altitude.
Checked.
17,898 feet ASF. Nav 1 colon 109.70 course colon 86.
Nav 1 is set to 109.70, course 86. We're looking good there.
17,320, 17,030 feet at. $17,000 feet.
Dear passengers, as you can see, we have already started descent. Please fasten your seatbelts, return your seats to their upright position, and store your luggage either in the overhead compartment or at
16,457 feet ASL.
the cabin crew will
16,078 feet at. 243 knots indicated. Minus 2431 feet per minute. Act RTE lex 1/2 dash PMDG 737 CD Euro 1 column 2. Explorer. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3. Lockheed Martin Act RTE lex 1/2 dash refresh button alt plus R. Edit red only. Act RTE lex 124 degrees 4.41 colon JJACK 257 slash 15,499.
All
Lockheed
right,
Martin registered
looking
pre-par 3D
good,
registered.
looking
Lockheed
good,
Martin registered.
folks. Folks, I got a new co-pilot with me today. His name's Nick. He's making sure that everything's staying where it needs to be. He's my new onboard co-pilot.
15,000 feet.
And he definitely serves a mean cup of coffee, let me tell you.
$14,529 feet ASL. 243 knots indicated. 1
CDU message
CDU number
display.
1 message light
High on
on.
about 10
CDU
degrees.
number 2 message light on. Spoilers colon 66. Minus 2490 feet. 243 knots indicated. 14,000 feet. Act RTE lex 1/2 dash PM edit red home. Act Art 124 degrees 0.5 nm. 1 colon JJACK 257 slash 15,500. Act RTE leg 124 degrees 13.0 at 1 colon
Nick
SUNR
Cantos.
250 slash 10,000 13,000.
Everything seems to be going well,
Lockheed
Captain.
Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D
All
registered.
right.
Five.
Thanks for keeping me updated there, Nick. I appreciate it.
13,090 feet. 12,006. 243 knots indicated.
We're going to turn off our spoilers and we're going to
Spoilers retracted. Speed brake arm light off.
retract the spoilers.
246 knots indicated. 12,480 feet ASL. Minus 1447 feet per minute. Nav 1 colon 109.70 course colon 86. 12,000 feet. 11,000 feet.
Dear passengers, we have reached an altitude that requires all electronic devices to be switched off, including video cams.
All right, we're at
laptops,
11,000.
CD and cassette players.
10,700. 244 knots indicated. 10,481 feet. 10,600. 244 knots indicated. Act RTE Lex 1 slash. Edit read only. Act RTE Lex 124 degrees 5.0 at 1 colon. SUUNR 250 slash 10,000 13,000. 162 colon. TTORO 210 slash 8,000. Lockheed Martin registered. MCP speed row 1 column 3. Indicated airspeed edit alt plus E 240 K11R 24 land selection. 210. Act RTE Lex 1 slash 2 dash PMDG. Lockheed Martin registered. Pre-par 3D registered. Lockheed Martin registered. 10,100. 98 for 240 knots in.
Go ahead and bring our flaps out.
Left ram door light flaps 0. 236 knots indicated. 10,000 feet. Flaps 1.
Bringing our speed down to
That's
210 knots.
210. Left retractable landing light on. Right retractable landing light extend. Right retractable landing light on. Left fixed landing.
Landing lights are extended and fixed.
9806 feet ASL. 95.7. 230 knots indicated.
We're at 230 knots.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1, we're going to go ahead and give it flaps
Distance
2.
destination colon 44 slash.
Flaps 2.
Flaps 2. Flaps 2. Spoilers retracted. MCP speed row 1 column. Act RTE Lex 1 slash 2 dash PMDG. Edit read only. Act RTE Lex 124 degrees 0.3 nm. Act RT 124 degrees 0.3 nm. 1 colon SUUNR 250 slash 10,000 13,000. 160 degrees 9.6 nm. 1 colon TTORO 210 slash 8 109 degrees 23.4 nm. 2 colon YOLO 189 slash 3000. 109 1 colon TTORO 200 160 1 colon TTORO 210 slash 8000. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3D registered. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 8918. 8680 feet. 214 knots indicated. Flaps 2.
We're going to give it flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5. Minus 1,007 feet per minute. Flaps 5.
Again, I want to thank everybody for joining me on this flight. I appreciate it.
8550 feet ASL. 8268 feet. 211 knots indicated.
We're at 211 knots
Minus
exactly.
997 feet per minute.
Minus 997 feet a minute.
Act RTE Lex 1 slash 2. Edit read only multi. Act RTE Lex 160 degrees 6.4 nm. Act RT 160 degrees 5.7 nm. 1 colon TTORO 210 slash 8000.
We're right at 210 knots, just as required for the waypoint that we're heading to right now. We'll be activating our approach here shortly. And then that's when I'm going to be switching to voice. So you won't hear me as talking as much
8,000 feet.
between about 4,000 feet and landing.
Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 3D registered.
Until
Lockheed
I
Martin
get-
registered pre-par 3D registered P5.
Auto land set up.
7991 feet. 76.6. 208 knots indicated. 230 feet per minute. Act RTE Lex. Edit read only multi-line. Act RT 160 degrees 5.7 n. Act RTE 160 degrees 2.6 nm. 1 colon TTORO 210 slash 8000. 109 degrees 23.4 and 1 colon TTORO 210 slash 160 degrees 2.0 nm.
Just looking at my leg page here for a minute.
Act RTE Lex 160 degrees 1.6 nm. Act RT 160 degrees 1.2 nm.
That way I know when to hit my approach.
Act RT 160 degrees 0.9 nm.
Then we'll go back to the flight window here.
Act RTE 160 degrees 0.6 nm. Act RT 160 degrees 0.4 nm. Act RT 109 degrees 22.9 nm. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par.
Alright, we've got about 12 miles
7960
before I
ASL.
activate
7670.
approach.
214 knots indicated. Minus 1440 feet per minute. 7762 feet. 7457 feet. 219 knots indicated. 221 knots indicated. Minus 1765 feet per minute. 7224. 69 4. 219 knots indicated. Minus 869 feet per. Edit read only multi-lines of Act RTE 109 degrees 21.2 nm. Act RT 110 degrees 19.2 nm. Lockheed Martin registered.
NAB1 has
Lockheed
localizer.
Martin registered.
Localizer.
9 miles to
Runway
go
heading
before we
268.
hit approach.
6956 feet AS. 6687 feet. 214 knots indicated. Flaps 5. Distance to destination: 28/0 6809 feet ASL. 6560. 212 knots indicated. Minus 889 feet per minute. 212 knots indicated. Act RTE legs 1/2 dash edit read only. Act RTE 110 degrees 19.1 Yoga 189/3000. 110 degrees 6. Act RTE legs 110 degrees 16.5 nm. Lockheed MCP speed row 1 column 3. Indicated airspeed edit alt plus E 210. 200 land selection. 200. Act RTE legs 1/2 dash PMD edit read only multi Act RTE 110 degrees 16.5 nm. Act RTE legs 110 degrees 15.1 nm.
5 miles until we activate approach. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my voice.
Folder view list. Ops Lockheed Act RTE legs 1 MCP speed row 2 first officer pro row 2 column 2 6 descent CHKLST. After reset secure shutdown auto button voice button rest. Folder view list. First officer Ops Studio Lockheed Martin Act RTE legs 1/2 edit red on Act RTE 110 degrees 15 point. Act RTE 110 degrees 13.2 nm. 200. Act RT 110 degrees 12.7 nm. Act RT 110 degrees 12.3 nm. Act RT 110 degrees 12.1 nm. Act RTE legs 110 degrees 11.9 nm. First officer pro row Ops Studio went Lockheed Martin register. Lockheed Martin 54 4. 202 knots indicated. Minus 860 feet per minute. Act RTE. Edit red on Act RT 110 degrees 11.9
Glide slow is
nm.
live.
Will apply.
NAB1 has glide slow.
Unknown cursor. Act Lockheed Martin registered. Ultimate Lockheed Martin register.
Approach hold on.
Approach mode light on. Approach on.
145,691 up. Left 21.
Act RTE legs first officer pro row 1
145,746 up.
column 3.
Left
Ops
21.
Studio 28 MCP speed row 2 column 1 MCP speed.
145,805 up.
Indicated airspeed
Left
alt plus E
21.
land selection remove.
145,860 up.
190.
Left 20.
Lockheed Martin register. Lockheed Martin register.
145,925 up.
4682.
Left 20.
201 knots indicated.
145,985 up. Left
Distance to
19.
destination: 18/0:0:4:32.
146,054 up. Left 19.
Flaps 10.
Flap 7.
146,128 up.
Flap
Left
10.
19.
4613 feet 8. 4430 feet.
146,189
knots
up.
indicated.
Left 18.
Act RTE legs 1/2 dash PMD.
up.
Edit red only. Act
Left
RT
18.
110 degrees 8.1 Yoga 189/3000.
146,317 up.
160/2000. Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered.
146,377
MCP
up.
speed.
Left 18.
Indicated airspeed edit alt plus E 190.
146,452 up. Left 17.
189.
146,509 up.
Martin registered.
Left 17.
4233 feet ASL. 4061 feet.
146,568 up. Left 17.
Flaps 10.
146,628 up.
190 knots
Left
indicated.
17.
4099 feet. 3931 feet.
146,684 up.
190 knots
Left
indicated.
17.
Minus 741 feet per minute.
146,745 up.
4,000 feet.
Left 17. 146,809 up. Left 17.
3907 feet ASL.
146,873 up.
3873
Left
feet
17.
ASL. 3705 feet at. 191 knots indicated.
146,936 up.
Line flight
Left
simmer.
17.
TFMILS wigging out there.
146,991 up. Left 17. 147,029 up. Left 17. 147,029 up.
3734 feet ASL.
Left 17.
3584 feet. 191 knots indicated.
147,058 up. Left 17. 147,115 up. Left 17.
Minus 690.
147,170 up.
3420
Left 17.
191 knots indicated.
147,226 up. Left 17.
Flaps 50.
Flaps 15.
147,275 up. Left 17.
3411 feet ASL.
147,335 up.
3267 feet.
Left 17.
190 knots indicated. MCP speed row 1
147,389 up.
column 2.
Left 17.
Line
Act RTE
flight
legs 1
simmer.
Act RTE legs.
How's it going? Safe landing just tuned in.
110 degrees 2.0 nm. 1 colon Yoga 190 slash 3000.
147,507
Lockheed Martin register.
Lap
3
17.
R3D register. Lockheed Martin
Geared out.
gear level down. Nose gear and transit light
147,571
on.
lap.
Left gear and
Lap
transit
18.
light on. Right gear and transit light on.
147,619
Left
lap.
gear and transit
Lap
light off.
18.
Right gear light on.
LNAV off.
Right gear and transit light off. Left gear lock light on.
147,673 lap.
Right gear
Lap
lock light
16.
on. Taxi on. Gear down.
Command
Stop. Left
B.
gear light on. Nose gear and transit light off. Nose gear lock light on. LNAV light off.
Command B.
Folder view list. Ops to act RTE. Lockheed Martin register. MCP speed row 2 column 1. First officer row 2 column 2. Voice button.
Command B.
Auto button. Voice button. Rest.
Command B.
Rest.
Command B.
Ops Studio 28.1.2 left act RTE left Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered R3. The speed box is already open. Ops Studio 20. Act RTE left 1/2 MCP speed row 2 column 1. MCP speed. Indicated airspeed edit alt plus E selected 189. Selection removed. 140. Lockheed Martin registered R3 Lockheed Martin.
Command B.
Flaps 25.
Flaps. Folder view. Ops to Lockheed.
Flaps 30.
MCP speed first officer row 2 column 1. Voice button. Flaps and transit light off. Flaps extended light on rest.
Command B.
Flap. 2242 PASL. Auto button. Voice button.
Command B.
Flaps 30. Auto button. Shut down. Secure. Reset button after takeoff. Descent CH. Landing CHKLST button. 2051 feet. 1916 feet at 157 knots indicated. 2000 feet.
Flaps 40.
Landing checklist.
Flaps 40. This at 6. Auto button. Voice button. Rest. Shut. Reset button after take. Descent. Landing CH. Rest.
Landing checklist.
Ops Studio. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered. V5. Engine number 2.
Start switches.
Stupid thing, man.
Landing gear. Flaps. Speed
Speed
brake
brake.
on.
Flaps 40.
Check. Set. Okay, it's not on. Stupid voicing ain't working. It did not give me Command B at all,
139 knots indicated.
which is what I wanted. It's going good. Sorry, Declan. I thought I had voice on, but apparently,
First officer row 1 column 2.
Folder the
view list. Ops Studio. First officer Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered.
well,
R3D.
I didn't get Command B. I could have if I'd have known it wasn't going to do that. I could have pulled up the other panel. I forget what the command is, but
1400 feet ASL. 1272 feet. 140 knots indicated.
yeah, it's going good, man. How are you?
79 feet per minute.
Hopefully, we'll still get a decent landing here. I don't know why it wasn't hearing me, but it just wasn't. I don't get it. Usually, I can say Command B and it'll come on, but sometimes that voice thing, man, I don't know what it is, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
1016 feet. Minus 669 feet per minute.
Gear down.
I think we'll be okay though.
Gear down. Dot. Flaps 40. 1000 feet.
I guess instead of a full auto land, we're just doing an RNAV. I guess. I don't know. Are you guys able to hear me, or maybe that's the problem? Maybe my mic's not working. Can you hear me, Declan?
786 feet. 660 feet. 140 knots indicated.
140
Minus
knots.
679 feet per
Minus
minute.
679. That's about normal.
534 feet. 617 feet. 141 knots indicated.
Nick Cantos. Yes.
Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay. Yeah, it didn't do Command B. I wish it would have, but it didn't.
Minimums.
Attitude mode enabled. 155 feet. 118 feet.
100,
Blind flight simmer.
50,
Yes,
30,
we can hear you. Getting ready to come back home in the next few days here.
125 knots.
Nice, brother.
114 knots. 104 knots.
100 knots.
94 knots.
80 knots.
81 knots.
Runway 08 Arcaya.
68 knots.
Okay, we got the runway.
56
Landing rate
knots.
colon minus 647 feet per minute. Speed brake arm light
45
on.
knots.
Speed brake D/N arm light on.
34 knots.
32 knots ground speed.
22 knots.
22 knots ground.
I'm gonna look at
Reverse item.
FS
Engine number 1
Airlines.
reverser light on. Engine number 2 reverser light on.
13 knots.
FS Airlines.
Dear passengers, welcome
Num lock
to
on.
our
Num lock off.
Just to give me my actual landing rate.
Top FS Air. Screen review budget colon. Bottom exit.
Line flight simmer.
Dash landing DS colon. Minus
Not too
432.
shabby
Left
there.
fixed landing high speed approved. Dash landing DS colon. Minus 432. Engine
Minus
number 1 on.
432.
Dash button.
Okay.
Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered.
Um,
FS Airlines row. FS Airline. Dash button. X button. Unknown cursor. Auto brake disarm. Exit button. High speed approved. Divert button. End flight. Dash button. End flight button.
From the flight deck, welcome to our destination. We'll be taxiing for a few moments.
Oh, shut up. See, when he talks, you can't hear the reader. I hate
For
that,
the weather,
man.
it's dry and moderate temperatures, so you may just want to have a light jacket when you deboard the aircraft.
Come on, shut up,
Once
Mr.
again,
Pilot,
thanks for
so I
flying.
can,
We hope to see you on a future flight.
At flaps 32. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered. FS Airlines row 1. Ops lead. First officer pro row 1. MCP speed row 1. RTE lex 1 select star untitled dash 3 stream chat row 2 column 4. Jump to gate row 2 column 4. Flaps 1. Gates list. Airport code edit land. Flaps and transit light on. Transit light off.
K. What was this airport code? Hold on.
Row Ops Studio 28. First officer pro row 1. MCP speed row 2 cop RTE star untitled dash 3 stream chat row 2 column.
Oh, come on.
Ops Studio 28 point. First officer pro row MCP speed RTE lex 1/1 dash PMD star untitled dash notepad row star untitled
Here
dash
we go.
notepad. Carriage return. Kaya /08R. I.
K.
A. I. A. H.
Okay, KIAH. Okay.
Airport code edit land. Gates list. Airport code edit. 150. Gates list.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad landing.
1870 name colon 1970 name colon assembly number colon 1970 type colon gate.
I mean, the
Star untitled dash notepad.
with the AIRAC data, I'm surprised,
Edit cursor. With cursor.
to be honest. But
Lockheed Martin
TFM,
registered, R3D registered V5.
TFM did not give the right landing rate at all.
Landing rate colon minus 647.
See, that says minus 647. That's not accurate at all. I don't know what's happened with that, but landing rate is way different now. It used to be pretty close. But I looked at FS Airlines, it's negative 480, negative 4 something. I forget what it was now, but
Parking brake on. Parking brake light on.
Remain seated until all docking
Star
procedures
untitled.
are performed and cabin lights are switched on.
FS Airlines. Dash button. Carrot button. X button. Exit button. End flight button. Next button. End flight button. Rest.
I thought I already hit in
Next button,
flight,
exit
but
button, next button, rest, FS Airlines, dash button, carrot button, X button, exit button, next button, rest, FS Airlines,
Next.
dash button, carrot, exit button, next button, rest, dash button, carrot, X button, home button, option, fly button.
so that wasn't too
Lockheed
bad.
Martin registered, Zero generator number 1 bus light off, APU generator bus light on, APU lead on, CMDA light on, CMDA on, red command D disengage light off, red command D disengage light off, Number 2 generator off, position lights off, navigation off, beacon off, it's 18 o'clock and 58 minutes. Star untitled dash Ops Studio 28.1 point, first officer pro row 1 column 4, engine number 2 app low pressure light on, landing
So
seat.
first officer
Lockheed
pro's
Martin,
doing
Ops
his
Studio
thing,
28.1.2,
and
Darren. Ops Studio 20, left cowl valve closed. Engine
Yeah.
number 2 anti-dash lights off, right cowl valve closed.
Yeah,
Right
if you
anti-dash, 18 o'clock.
if you got a minute, Declan, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm gonna pop up on the server maybe for a few minutes. If you're on your server or mine, I don't know which one you're at, or if you're going to be on either one.
CMDA light on, CMDA off, left flight director light
Yeah,
off,
there
left
that
director,
goes
first officer,
again.
pro row 1 column, Lockheed Martin registered, Lockheed, CMDA light on, CMDA on, CMDA light off, red command A disengage light on, spoilers retracted, flight control, engine number 2 hydraulic pump low pressure light on, red command A disengage light on, red command A disengage light on.
All right, well,
red
we'll
command D
fix
disengage
that.
light on.
We'll pause that.
Normal cursor. Ops
Come-
Studio 28.
All right, guys. So that is all I've got for today.
Start configure studio mode settings button, exit button, transition button, sliders cut button, fade, audio, volumes, mute desk, properties, volumes, mute mute source lock checkbox, visibility, lock scene source, audio, scene duration, spin, add controls window, stop streaming checkbox checked.
All right, there we go. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody watching, all that good stuff. Declan, I'll pop up on my server or up on yours, one or the other. I'll find you if you're going to be around for a few.
Start recording. Stop
And,
streaming checkbox checked.
Nick, thanks for watching, buddy. You're a good supporter. I appreciate it. Also, to every other viewer out there, I appreciate you guys as well. And until next time, y'all take care. We will be